You are welcome back. So this is the practical session for our CSS, for introduction to CSS. So I want to do this page such that I want some breathing on the left hand side, though, for this about and my project and the rest. Let there be some breathing there. So what I'm going to do right now is that I'm going to take it from the top. For example, let's start from the top. We have already applied our background color of this. Now, before we proceed, I want to talk about hexadecimal color code. Hexadecimal color code is a color code that combines decimal number with it's a color code in a 16 base. Hexadecimal means 16. So it combines figures, hexadecimal figures with 6 letters, A, B, C, D, E, F. In such a way that, let me remove the, already know that. In such that if I say hash 01 ABC, don't forget that ABC2, they have to be 6 characters taken from these 16 characters. That is what we refer to as hexadecimal color code. Now, if I take this, Ctrl C, and I go to my web page, okay, where did I apply color? I apply background color to this H1 tag. Okay, instead of saying, where is that? Light sea green. I delete it, I paste this. Funnily enough, it gave me something similar to green. Something like this. Okay, so that it becomes clear to you. Let's create another one. Hash AB. Why am I saying AB all the time? ED 87BB. Just randomly. You will always get a color. I pick it and I come here, I replace this. Okay, I have 2 hash now, which generate error. Okay, I did that. You see the preview. VS Code is giving me something like pink preview of the color already. And I do this. So you always have a color. The question is, how do you know color to generate? It's always a headache, especially for people that don't know color as such. I will talk about that later. And that is why I didn't want to take you too deeper into it. But there is a beauty about a VS Code. Immediately you type background color, you press colon, and you pick a color. If you move your mouse over the color, you will see the color palette appears. You can use that to pick the color you want. The color you want. You can pick it from the range of, this is Roy beef, from red, orange, violet, and so on. So you pick the color you want. Let's say, I pick this is my institution color. I pick this color, and I go back and I refresh. See, I have that. So that is one way. Another way is by going to, if you are online, is by going to this website, W3 School. W3 School, just Google it, w3schools.com, that is the address, w3schools.com. w3schools.com. Oh, am I typing it wrongly? Okay, let me Google it again. Just remember W3 School. Okay, so when you go there, you can be able to get hexadecimal color. When it loads, I'll still come back to this. And it appeared just now. What happens to the internet? Okay. So that is how you generate color. The internet is slow, so I will talk about it later. So, but this tip, I think is good for you, but it's giving me RGB color. That's another way to write color. Either you type the name RGB or you use hexadecimal color code that I was trying to explain. Just pick any 6 character from here. From this 16 character, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E, F. 16. That's why they call it hexadecimal. Now that we have known that, I will go back to my profile. I don't think I like this deep purple. So let's go back and change it to, I'm a blue person. Okay. Change it to this. And let's see how that goes. All right. But I think it's okay. It's okay. So that is that. Then this image is lapping with the top. And I don't think I like that. I want space on top. And I want space on top. And I want the image to be circle. So what I'm going to do, I'll go back to my index.html. Where is the image? The image is here. I'll give it, there are 2 ways to do it. You can give it a class, or you style the image under the heading. So let's go for the second approach. Under style.cs, I will say hash heading, the img. So you see, this is where the word cascade comes down. You take from the top down. So the parent is heading, but I'm styling the child under it, img. So that is what happens there. I pick the heading. That is why I put hash, because we are using ID. ID equals to heading. I'm styling the image under it, img, space, img, space, curly brace. So I'm going to say margin top. The margin top maybe to be 30 pixels. Okay, let that be margin on top. All right, you see, I have margin top now. I want it to be more than that. Maybe it to be 60. Margin top to be 60. Good. So there is breathing there. Then I want the width of the image maybe to be 500 pixels. To be 500. Okay, that's bad. I've distorted it. I didn't give it height. Okay, there must be semicolon, you see. That's why I'm having that error. Maybe it's a squared image. Oh, my image is distorted. I think this is not a good approach. Most of the time, I've given it height here. Height as an attribute. So let's work on the height. Let's see, height is 500 pixels now. I hope it will not be distorted. Okay. So the height attribute is enough. So the height attribute will make it proportional. It will not be distorted. But when I use width, it distorted it. But I think it's becoming too big. Don't forget we are designing. Okay. All right. So because the site is about me, my image must be prominent. Then border radius. Border radius. Border dash radius. Let's make it 50%. My IntelliSense is working. Now, the reason why I'm making it 50% to make it round. Don't forget that border radius 50%. If I say, okay, let me show you something. If I say 10 pixel, if I use pixel and I refresh, it just give it small corner there. You didn't see it. Okay, let's make it 20 and refresh. You see, it's making corner to the image, but I want it to be circle. I will say 50%, not pixel now. 50%. So if I refresh, so I have circular image. So that is that. Okay, we are moving down gradually. Then this element, where is it located? That is, I guess this practical session is split over to 2 or 3 videos. Okay, now the H1 tag under the heading, what do we do to it? We make it bigger, and probably we apply white color. So I'm going to go to here. So I will say hash heading H1. No, this thing is a witch. This AI stuff. How does it know I'm going to use H1? That's AI for you. Okay, color. Oh my God. It's giving me color white. I'm going to show you how to integrate it in your VS Code so it will make life easier. Font size 40. I accept it by pressing tab. So I refresh. So that is what I have there. Then I go back to my index. Under it, okay, I have a class here. I think I'm going to remove it. So this part, the paragraph under my heading, let's style it. I go to style.css. I will say hash heading paragraph now. Oh God. So I have color white, font size 20, font weight bold, margin bottom 6. So it gave me that. I think I like that. So let's work on the menu part. Okay. So in this case, instead of having something like this, I'm going to use li. So a lot of work is to be done here. So instead of having align center, I think let's leave it that way. Let's still leave all these align equals to center stuff. Let's leave it. So for this part, I'm going to give it background color. The menu has its own div with ID equals to menu. So if I come here and I say hash menu, the whole thing, then I give it background color, padding, and text align center. I refresh. Okay, that's what it's giving me. But why are we having margin? Why are we having margin between the heading and the menu? Let me see whether margin bottom 60. No margin. I don't want margin. So that is, if AI helps you, you just have to use your AI cannot do everything for you. That is a good case. So I have margin. Still, there is still margin. Where did we apply margin? Okay, this one is margin top. The heading. Okay. So this automatic margin is always a problem in some of the browser. So what I'm going to do is that you go to the uppermost part of your site. You type this wildcard tag. Wildcard selector. We call it star. Just put star and say margin 0, padding 0. So something like this. So if you do that and refresh, I think that should work. No, I think I've deleted it. Sorry. What am I doing? Margin 0, padding 0, box sizing. Well, let me accept it and refresh. So see that I still have space on top. And the video is getting bigger. Let me remove box sizing for now. Let me remove it. Okay. I think the culprit here that is making white space to be, I don't want white space between this menu And the which one is headline here? Let's remove it. Margin top, border radius. Okay. Padding. Let's refresh. Okay, we'll look at the reason for this white something later. We got the menu. Okay, let me comment. What I did here, I just click on any code that I don't want to delete. Maybe I'm still thinking I will use it later. Ctrl// do Ctrl// on your keyboard and refresh. Okay, that's not it. Padding is about internal spacing. That's not it. You see, when I remove padding, the space around the element inside the space around the element, they got reduced. But when I restore it now, I have 10 around the 10 on top, 10 below. So we are going to look at the reason for this white space later in the next video. Thank you for listening.